Today is September 26th. Welcome to Big Book Daily. My name is Rob. I am an alcoholic. It is a thrill, honor, and joy to be here with you today as we journey through the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. Today on the Big Book, we're going to continue our journey through Chapter 6 into Action. We'll be reading page 74. Out of the 12 and 12, we'll continue our journey through Step 11 and read page 100. And of course, today we will read the Daily Reflection and 24 Hours a Day. So with that, hope y'all are doing well today, my friends. We're cruising right along. Here we are in the triple digits in the 12 and 12 once again. It's hard to believe. I don't know if anyone else is like me, but every time I read these books, I get something different out of it. But hope y'all are doing well, my friends, and let's go ahead and get to the good stuff. Out of the Big Book, we're on Chapter 6 in Action, and for the last day or so, we've been talking about the fifth step and how crucial it is to be honest, not just with ourselves, but with another human being, the right person. So we're going to read the bottom of 73 and most of 74. We must be entirely honest with somebody if we expect to live long or happily in this world. Rightly and naturally, we think well before we choose the person or persons with whom to take this intimate and confidential step. Those of us belonging to a religious denomination which requires confession must, and of course, will want to go to the properly appointed authority whose duty it is to receive it. Though we have no religious connection, we may still do well to talk with someone ordained by an established religion. We often find such a person quick to see and understand our problem. Of course, we sometimes encounter people who do not understand alcoholics. If we cannot or would rather not do this, we search our acquaintance for a closed-mouthed, understanding friend. Perhaps our doctor or psychologist will be the person. It may be one of our own family, but we cannot disclose anything to our wives or our parents which will hurt them and make them unhappy. We have no right to save our own skin at another person's expense. Such parts of our story we tell to someone who will understand, yet be unaffected. The rule is we must be hard on ourselves, but always considerate of others. Notwithstanding the great necessity for discussing ourselves with someone, it may be one is so situated that there's no suitable person available. If that is so, this step may be postponed only, however, if we hold ourselves in complete readiness to go through with it at the first opportunity. We say this because we are very anxious that we talk to the right person. It is important that he be able to keep a confidence, that he fully understand and approve what we are driving at, and that he will not try to change our plan. But we must not use this as a mere excuse to postpone. Out of the 12 and 12 we're on Step 11. Sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood Him. And yesterday we talked about the St. Francis prayer and using that as a model for prayer and meditation. So we are going to explore that on page 100. As though lying upon a sunlit beach, let us relax and breathe deeply of the spiritual atmosphere which with the grace of this prayer surrounds us. Let us become willing to partake and be strengthened and lifted up by the sheer spiritual power, beauty, and love of which these magnificent words are the carriers. Let us look now upon the sea and ponder what its mystery is. And let us lift our eyes to the far horizon, beyond which we shall seek all those wonders still unseen. Ah, shucks, says somebody. This is nonsense. It isn't practical. When such thoughts break in, we might recall a little ruefully how much store we used to set by imagination as it tried to create reality out of bottles. Yes, we reveled in that sort of thinking, didn't we? And though sober nowadays, don't we often try to do much the same thing? Perhaps our trouble was not that we used our imagination. Perhaps the real trouble was our almost total inability to point imagination toward the right objectives. There's nothing the matter with constructive imagination. All sound achievement rests upon it. After all, no man can build a house until he first envisions a plan for it. Well, meditation is like that too. It helps to envision our spiritual objective before we try to move toward it. Let's get back to the sunlit beach, or to the plains or to the mountains if you prefer. When, by such simple devices, we have placed ourselves in a mood in which we can focus undisturbed on constructive imagination, we might proceed like this. Once more we read our prayer, and again we try to see what its inner essence is. Daily Reflection, September 26th. Our children. The alcoholic may find it hard to reestablish friendly relations with his children. In time, they will see that he is a new man, and in their own way, they'll let him know it. From that point on, progress will be rapid. Marvelous results often follow such a reunion. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 134. While on the road to recovery, I received a gift that could not be purchased. It was a card from my son in college saying, "Dad, you can't imagine how glad I am that everything is okay. Happy birthday. I love you." My son had told me that he loved me before. It had been during the previous Christmas holidays when he had said to me while crying, "Dad, I love you. Can't you see what you're doing to yourself?" I couldn't. Choked with emotion, I had cried, but this time, when I received my son's card, my tears were tears of joy, not desperation. 24 hours a day, September 26th. AA Thought for the Day. Continuing the consideration of the term spiritual experience, the acquiring of an immediate and overwhelming God consciousness, resulting in a dramatic transformation, though frequent, is by no means the rule. Most of our spiritual experiences are of the educational variety, and they develop slowly over a period of time. Quite often, friends of newcomers are aware of the difference long before they are themselves. They finally realize that they have undergone a profound alteration in their reaction to life, and that such a change could hardly have been brought about by themselves alone. Is my outlook on life changing for the better? Meditation for the day. Look at the world as your Father's house. Think of all the people you meet as guests in your Father's house, to be treated with love and consideration. Look at yourself as a servant in your Father's house, a servant of all. Think of no work as beneath you. Be ever ready to do all that you can for others who need your help. There is gladness in God's service. There is much satisfaction in serving the highest that you know. Express your love for God and service to all who are living with you in your Father's house. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may serve others out of gratitude to God. I pray that my work may be a small repayment for His grace so freely given me. All right, my friends, that concludes today's reading. Man, some powerful stuff today. First of all, the big book reading, talking about, what was the line? Talking about the fifth step. It may be of our own family, but we cannot disclose anything to our wives or our parents which will hurt them and make them unhappy. We have no right to save our own skin at another person's expense. That's powerful right there. Of course, when you're making amends, I always recommend getting a second opinion if it's something really serious. It certainly doesn't hurt to do that. We don't want to destroy somebody else's life just to clear our own conscience. And then the daily reflection. Beautiful. Talking about how tears of joy versus those tears of desperation. That's a beautiful thing that sobriety gives us, And that kind of bleeds over to the 24 hours a day. The prayer for the day, I pray that I may serve others out of gratitude to God. That's why I'm doing this. That's why anytime that I help somebody else, especially somebody that can't give me anything in return, that's my thank you to God. I hesitate to actually say any of these things out loud. There's some things I've done because I don't want it to ever seem about me. But anytime I serve, it's out of gratitude. And also, there's a benefit from it. I stay sober. Go figure. But it doesn't even have to just be serving other alcoholics. It could be my family, the random strangers, the people on my job that I see every day. I have a job where I have the opportunity to serve a lot of different people throughout the day. What a beautiful opportunity to thank the God of my understanding for another day of sobriety by serving others. I love this. I pray that my work may be a small repayment for His grace so freely given me. Guys, I'm a miracle. If I were still drinking at this point, I don't know. I might be dead at this point. I know I'd be alone. So the fact that I've been given grace to live another sober day today, I just want to serve, to express my gratitude for the grace I've been given. I'm grateful for my higher power, and I'm grateful that you're listening today. As always, I don't speak on behalf of AA or NA or Al-Anon or any other sect or denomination. I'm just a friend in this lifeboat of recovery, and I'm grateful that you're here with me. We're given another set of 24 hours, my friends. I sincerely look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow.